Latest music variety here at North Canterbury's Compass FM. How long has this been going on? Which actually would be a really good question to ask Tiff Wafer from the North Canterbury Cancer Society about the scooter safari. Morena, Tiff, how are you?
Steph, I am awesome. Thank you.
Hey, that is a really good question. How long has the scooter safari been going for? Like, how many years?
Yeah, this will be the 9th scooter safari. Normally runs every second year. So, big number 9 this time, which is very exciting.
That is. Hey, so when is the Transalpine Scooter Safari, Tiff?
It is on this Saturday, 18th of May, and we'll be going off.
Yeah, I can imagine. Probably a really early start for those who are on the scooters.
Well, yeah, this year a little bit later, which is going to be interesting. So they start at 9 o'clock. They're going to start at the VCC, the Vintage Car Club out at McLean's Island, and they start on their 250-kilometre ride on a 50cc scooter and head all the way over the pass. So through Sheffield, where they stop for one of the famous pies, of course. Yeah. Then onto Lake Linden over Porter's Pass, which is always a bit of a giggle to watch. Some are pushed, some are, the feet are down and they're pushing them up there and they're going just chugging on up, so you can imagine over Porters, and then zimming down the other side to Lake Linden where they refuel and regather, and then they head on to Arthur's Pass where the ride is refueled with lovely burgers by the Rapid Relief team, which is very cool, and some hot drinks because I think they're going to need them this time.
Yeah, and thermals and everything else.
Absolutely. And then they push on from Arthur's and they head over to the Mighty Coast and into the Kamara Racecourse for a pit stop, where they gather before the epic stretch into Hokitika, where they finish at the Westland Boys Brigade.
Wowzers, that is pretty epic, isn't it, really? So
it is.
What inspired or what has inspired the Transalpine Scooter Safari? So a little bit more about what it is. You have briefly gone into it, but if we can go into the nitty-gritty, Tiff.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it started by a couple of amazing people, Rangiora people, Jane and Mike Rattray, and a couple of their colleagues, or Mike's colleagues at Air New Zealand. A friend of theirs was diagnosed with cancer, and this is where it all stemmed from. So back in 2009 was the first scooter safari. So Jane and Mike, the Rangiora people, they kicked it off with a few mates, and it's just gone kaboom from there. I think the first year, what was it, about $14,000 they raised. Last time in 2022, the event raised 360 odd thousand, and we've got a target of 350 this year. So huge fundraiser, our biggest fundraiser that we do outside of Daffodil Day. So it's massive for us.
So Tiff, what you have mentioned it as your largest fundraiser. Where does the money go towards this, and how do people donate?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they can go online to scootersafari.org.nz, and that'll tell you all about the event, and it shows who's participating. There's teams, there's individuals. It's got pictures of these crazy, and this is the other thing we haven't even touched on, the scooters and how they dress them up and themselves is just mind-blowing. Some people go to so much effort. Yeah. It is incredible. So that's cool. But the money, it goes to supporting anyone in a family going through a cancer diagnosis, and the stats they're pretty grim at the moment, and they're not looking good for the next 10 years, expected to double. So, specialist support and advice, welfare support, workshops and groups, education and awareness programs that we run. Of course, our driving service, getting people to appointments and treatment, the accommodation that we provide for people who live a bit further afield, and of course, groundbreaking research. So there's many pots that, there's many arms to us as the Cancer Society, and all of it's just crucial funds that goes towards all of that.
And very much so. I mean, the North Canterbury Cancer Society and the Cancer Society in New Zealand does an amazing job to support many people going through this journey, and it must be really hard, I'd imagine, for those that have to allocate the funding to, try and spread it across all of these incredibly valuable resources.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why we do a lot of fundraising. We're out there doing a lot of different events, but this is such a cool one, and it is. I mean, on top of our Relay for Life and Daffodil Day and all those sorts of ones, but this is a pretty special one, and hopefully we'll be able to put up some photo, because honestly, the effort that some go to, like I just alluded to, like there's a snail coming this year, this The lady who did this was one of the Flintstone-mobiles. We had a jet ski over a scooter last time. It's just madness. It is crazy cool madness.
I guess to some degree, Tiff, though, they have to maybe watch the weight ratio to try and get up those hills. They'll probably be trying to push the thing up more than they actually be scootering up it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And of course, just watching the conditions as well, because this weekend it might chuck a bit at us. So, there could be some wind, some rain, the cold, of course. Even on a good day, we're in winter now, pretty much. So our health and safety is huge, and there's always contingency plans for that as well. But they do a really good job, and safety is paramount for the riders and the support crew following them as well. So
Perfect.
They do a pretty awesome job.
So if the weather turns pear-shaped, which it's likely to do, so you've got all those things in place. I can imagine some people are dressed up. They've got thermals with thermals, and then you've got to have those costumes that can handle going up the hill. But what about coming down the hill, Tiff? Right?
Absolutely. I'm a bit nervous about that. Like we had the Chips guys last year in a T-shirt. I'm like, I don't think you'll be doing that this year. So no, it's super cool and very, very awesome. And just massive thanks to everyone who's participating, the support crews, the sponsors, the volleys, all the marshals, of course, as well. They're along the route as well, making sure everyone's behaving. So it's a big team, but it's pretty darn special and pretty exciting.
Tiff, I also hear that it's actually really hard to get into the scooter safari. Like there's a wait list.
Yeah, there is. Look, it sold out within an hour or so last time. So it is really popular. I know, and people are gutted that they miss out. So it's balancing that, because we don't we want people to enjoy it and experience it. It is a fundraiser at the end of the day too. So remembering that there is an amount they have to sort of fundraise, but just considering those people as well and making it fair for all. So we're really conscious of that and working on that for future events.
And look, if you haven't been able to go in, head over to the website and donate, because you can choose a team, you can even choose individuals and pick one that you like and just donate to them. Or I don't know, donate a lot and just spread it across all of them. I don't know.
Look, it all counts.
Absolutely.
So that sounds great.
Every dollar truly does help. Hey Tiff, how do we get hold of the Cancer Society if we'd like to know more details?
Yeah, well, we've got our branch here in Rangiora that service the whole of North Canterbury. They are based at 43 Church Street, so just in the netball centre, the North Canterbury Netball Centre by Dudley Park. But you can Google us up as well. But the girls are right here, and they're working with families and that here. But they'll have a whole lot of information about our events and different things as well. So
wonderful,
it's good to be local.
Indeed. Hey, Tiff, thanks so much for your time. I take it you won't be doing a show on a Saturday morning because you'll be busy with the scooter safari.
I won't, unfortunately. I'll be talking all about it in the following week, though, Steph.
Perfect. Look forward to thank you so much for your time. As always, Tiff Wafer from the North Canterbury Cancer Society Scooter Safari. Really looking forward to seeing those pictures, and good luck to everyone who's taking part in this fundraiser. Thanks, Tiff.
Thanks, Steph. Cheers.
Compass FM.